How would you live your life if you had the random ability to see 24 to 48 hours into the future? We get the short answer from tonight's guest, E. In this episode, we hear stories of E's unique sensitivity, psychometry, seeing auras, and seeing a person's youth and old age in a flash. Enjoy. Okay, tonight, our guest is a referral from one of our listeners and also past guests, Biker Mama. Yun, I'll let Sir E, our guest. Good evening, Sir E.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Okay. There were some stories told by Biker Mama, but I'll let you tell most of them, of course. We can start with you. At what age did you feel that you felt things that other people didn't feel or see?
Okay. So, I guess when I was already in my preteens, so me and my family, we're quite a small family. I have two other younger brothers. So, I'm the eldest, oldest. And then, actually, in my mother's side, medyo very, rampant ba? Hindi naman rampant, but between my mom's side and my dad's side. So, just imagine this. My grandmother, she passed away when she was like 118 years old.
118?
Tapos, actually,
wow.
118. That's my great-grandmother. So, naabutan ko pa siya. She, for a few years, she actually lived with us in our house in Pasig. No? She was still okay there. Pero, among all of her senses, yun nga yung parang family joke namin eh. Kasi nga, medyo obvious na may 6 senses kami lahat. So, her hearing was the last to go. So she went blind, I think, when she turned like in her hundreds, early hundreds. But she was still very, sane. She didn't have dementia or anything like that.
Yes.
But her hearing was like her last sense that went off. Naalala ko lang yung hearing because in the experiences that I've had compared to the rest of my family, mas audio yung akin compared to them when I got older. Kasi like right now, I'm turning 48 this December. So, I think it also comes with age. Like you're more visual when you were younger. Like literally, your 3 senses, you can feel and see the supernatural with your 3 senses. Then, at times, talaga audio lang or visual lang. But in my latter years, like in my 40s and 30s, late 30s, I think it was more of the audio side. Audio side meaning like, for example, right now kasi medyo routinary yung life ko, office, house. But on the few occasions that, for example, my team building or my research, I'm a field researcher pala, by the way, by profession. Okay. And we have to go down and do some research. So sometimes that takes, provinces and then overnight. One of the weirdest one that I experienced when we were doing field research at Gensan. So sa Gensan, I had a team of, there was 6 or 7 of us. Tapos, syempre, hiwalay yung room ng boys to girls. We were doing a field research and we were doing a debriefing. Inabot na kami ng mga 11, 12 o'clock ng gabi. And then we were readjusting some things kasi for our field work the next day.
Outside pa kayo? Meaning you were still outside by 11?
We're already in the hotel at that time. So we sat in the hotel around 10 o'clock na ng gabi kasi we had to visit some sites, some interviews. Sa research kasi, kailangan random interview ka, diba? So you go house to house, knock to knock. Sometimes for you to get one interview, you need to knock 10 houses or 20 houses. Yes. So medyo late kami natapos. So we got back to the hotel around 10 o'clock and then we were debriefing until 12 midnight. And we were still, talking about, how to go about the other regions. It's a regional field work for Mindanao at that time. So nung goodbye na kami, like nagkanya-kanyang kwarto na kami. At around 1 a.m. in the morning, actually to be exact, around 1:30 a.m. in the morning, may kumakatok sa pinto. So, syempre, I would call out my colleague's name. Is that you? Or, I was calling out my colleague's name. Tapos walang sumasagot. And then, there was a lot of giggling and children laughing along the hallway. So, parang may tumatakbo mga kids. So sabi ko, may mga batang nagpa-prank. Kasi
yes.
1:30 a.m. they're knocking at the door. So I said, okay, I'm gonna teach these kids. I'm gonna tell on their parents the following day, something like that. So So anyway, the following morning, we were all having breakfast with the research team. Tapos, I was telling them, guys, grabe no kagabi 1:30 a.m. Who would allow their kids to run along the hallway and, knock at people's door and stuff like that? Medyo na-shock yung mga kasama ko kasi they were saying na, yeah, may mga narinig nga kami na gano'n. So, we actually asked the manager of the hotel, meron ba tayong guests na may kids na siguro mga 6 or 7 years old, 2 or 3 of them, they were running around the hallway kasi. So sabi ko, medyo late na yun. Saka they were knocking on our doors. And then, the manager told us, sir, walang naka-check-in ng mga bata dito sa hotel. Tapos, we were like saying, okay, tingin na lang kami. And then, so that was, an auditory experience that I had. But it reminded me when I was in college also. I had college and then I used to live in one of the dormitories there sa Italian Center. So it's a very old dormitory. On my second year there, I had my own room. Kasi nung first year ko, medyo nakishare pa ako ng kwarto. Then nung nagkaroon ng facilities, for seniors usually, they did give that to you. But it was located at the grounds where there was a big mango tree na naka-envelop dun sa structure ng dormitory. If you're familiar with Saints Co, a block after that, may mga side streets doon. So, Italian.
Okay. Merong mga varsity nakatira doon minsan. Tama na?
Yes, that's true. Pag summers, nakatira na doon yung mga athletes.
Yes.
So, anyway, similarly, for this place, may tumatawag sa pangalan ko. And actually, in the dormitory, I'm known as Eric kasi. So, someone was actually calling my name out. Kasi yung bintana ko doon, it was facing the basketball court. Then there was this big mango tree. And then, may kumakatok kasi sinatawag ako. So, akala ko, okay, someone wants to hang out or something.
Mm-hmm.
So, occasionally, I would get out of bed and take a look and see who's calling. So, it's like, medyo that happened a couple of times. So, I actually told my dorm mates in the other dorm, a few steps away, in the second floor na, uy guys, ano ba yan? Huwag naman kayo kakatok, tapos tatawagin nyo, tapos wala nang papakita.
Mm-hmm.
Then wala lang. It turns out na no one was pulling any prank on anyone. So, yun. After some time, medyo natigil naman yun. But, yeah, when I was there in the dormitory, yun yung parang after midnight, someone would be knocking and calling my name. So, yun.
so nasanay ka na?
Ignore na. Yeah. Ignore ko na siya actually because after a few times parang okay, you don't know if it's really someone knocking on your door or something, but if it's someone really who needs you, they'd call out your name and say something else, so not just your name. So yun.
Yes.
Pero that experience kasi I was able to only figure it out a few years after. Kasi when we were living in Quezon City, in one of those scout streets, similarly, there was this big, maraming kasing punong luma dito sa Quezon City. Yung old trees, no? Nakwento sa akin nung isang friend ng brother ko. Kasi my brother's also, yung sa third eye. Tapos medyo iba yung nakikita niya. And then, sinasabi ng parang friend niya na who's also into the supernatural na merong some kind of a encanta or a fairy. Na living in a tree, tapos medyo parang na-attract sa inyong magkakapatid. So that's why parang in a way they're calling out to you, something like that.
Yes. So ano experience for you? Meaning, do you hear that now? They call out to you dun sa street na yun?
Yeah, pero I chose to ignore it kasi dahil parang marami na akong challenges in life, so it's like parang I don't wanna dwell into that. But sometimes kasi like I have two younger brothers na nag-aaway. All boys kasi kami. One time na talagang feeling ko pati yung kapitbahay naming mga engkanto or engkanta dun sa puno, mukhang na-istorbo sila. Kasi may two brothers were like fighting and shouting at each other. Hindi yata nakatiis. One of them actually walked in the middle of their fight. Like literally a white lady was walking dun sa hallway ng bahay namin on the second floor. Kasi may two brothers were at the staircase fighting. Tapos, even the maid saw it. Yun, talagang tumihimik talaga sila lahat. Sabi ko, buti nga, huwag kayo
Tumingin sa kanila, wala naman. Talaga nagpakita lang, ganun.
Talagang nagpakita lang, kasi nagparamdam lang. It's like parang, two people are arguing and then someone walks in between you para lang
Yes.
pagparamdam. So, kasi I think they kind of got disturbed kasi, to be honest, I think if it's peaceful and quiet, they won't disturb you unless they're naughty. But if the other way around, pag kayo nanggugulo, I think yun, nanggugulo rin sila.
Question E. I mean, with that statement, is it safe to assume that parang you kind of know how by they, I mean, the spirits or the elementals around us, you kind of know how they interact? Kasi parang normal thing na siya for you eh. Tama ba?
I wouldn't consider it normal. Tapos, sorry, Nick, no? Medyo iba rin kasi yung human spirit saka sa elementals eh.
Okay. Ano experience mo for that?
Dati kasi I couldn't tell the difference. I have insomnia, so I actually usually sleep late, no?
Okay.
Mahilig ako sa kotse. So, mahilig ako maglinis ng kotse rin. So usually, I used to live in a condo in San Juan, and yung parking namin nasa basement 3. So imagine that, basement 3.
Yes.
Happy ako doon kasi wala akong masyadong katabing kotse, and I can vacuum my car, wash it, and all of that stuff. But I would do that like midnight to like 1 or 2 a.m. So parang yun yung therapy ko to clean the car.
Yeah.
So when I'm cleaning the car, there's a lot of na-notice ko on your peripheral, parang may mga shadows na nanonood, or you see the shadows of it's like people shadows on left and your right side. And at that time, syempre I got spooked also by that, and I actually had to ask. At that time I was in college, so I asked my professor at that time, Tony Perez. He was teaching us a class about, actually our class was about public relations.
Okay.
But it's a different style of teaching kasi, and he was actually mixing at that time I think he was a famous writer for one of the newspapers, I think. Daily Inquiry, I think he had an article there or something. And then I consulted him on that. Then he was telling us that those are human spirits na parang residents dun sa condo where you were living. Yun. But I actually tried to avoid it also, and I tried to ignore it. So, nagpalipat ako sa basement 1. apparently, they like living in basement 2 or 3. Gusto nila doon. Sa basement 1. Yes, kasi wala talagang tao. Like, literally, occasionally lang may nagpa-park doon. But pag like even in our house, in our homes, all of our homes, kasi because we do encounter things like this, my parents always have wind chimes in our homes. So even if we live in a condo na hindi masyado wind, may wind chimes kami.
So nasabi mo your parents put that up. So meaning, I mean, sabi mo mom side meron, So pati dad mo believer naman.
Yes, kasi I mean, when my mom and my dad travel, or when our family goes out of town or abroad, may mga shared experiences kami na even my dad na naririnig na rin niya. Like for example, 2 Christmases ago, I'm trying to book my family for a vacation this December. Then I saw yung Agoda ko na booking.
Yes.
And then I saw them. So sabi ko, okay, cross that out. We're not gonna stay there. We were there from December 23 until I think almost the end of the year. Tapos on our first night, so we have a big family room. Sa second floor kami. Tapos the hotel was quite 3 or 4 stories lang siya.
Okay.
At around 12 midnight, laging 12 midnight onwards, usually 11 p.m. up, may mga mafe-feel ka na minsan. There was a lady crying, like literally crying. Wala umiiyak. At around 12:20 a.m. in the morning. Tapos kami, syempre pagod kami sa travel and everything. So, sige, sabi namin, may nag-aaway kaya, mag-asawa din sa station sa taas or something.
Uh-oh.
And syempre, we were a bit concerned about it, no?
Yes.
But all of us knew na, okay, after 2 or 3 minutes, yung ganung tunog, hindi siya galing doon sa kabilang unit. It's like there was something there crying. Yun. Actually, we just stayed there for like 1 night kasi nga medyo na-disturb kami dun sa event na nangyari lang.
Sa crying, oo.
Yeah, pero Tagaytay kasi, even me, when I was not with my family there were 2 occasions na we stayed in a hotel for a team building. And on those 2 occasions, ganun rin nangyari. Like, I had my own room. Tapos, literally, after past midnight, someone was knocking at the door. Wala naman nagtatawag ng pangalan kasi I guess di ako kilala doon. But, yeah, knocking at the door. Pero, I also became smarter. If they don't call my name or they don't speak anything outside that, I really won't open the door.
Yes, so. So, running thing yun, na knocking. Kasi I mean, pati sa ibang story, may knocking eh. I mean, sa college mo, may knocking. So, normal thing siya for you na may nagna-knock sa door mo?
I think if it's in a place that it's not your home, yun ang napansin ko.
Okay.
Like, if you go out of town or in a place that you're not permanently living at, kasi it happened in the dormitory, it happened in a hotel in Jensen, a hotel in Tagaytay. Tapos usually, ano talaga, past midnight. Pero speaking of past midnight, you can see them naman any time of the day.
Yes, true.
Ito nga, tanghaling tapat. Well, when we were living in San Juan, we were visiting the church. Tapos, ito nga, I forgot the name of the church sa may Savior, sa may Ika. There's this...
yung pahaba na church.
Yeah, there's a church there. So, me and my brother, we were like visiting the church. Ayun, magpapasko yun. Tapos, literally, so I was parking the car, and then I saw 2 people, a man and a woman, actually jogging. Parang nagja-jogging.
Dalawa sila? Oo.
Dalawa. Tapos, may poste. Tapos, syempre, nasa likod sila ng poste from my point of view. Hindi sila tumawid ng poste. As in, nawala lang doon. But it was a wall behind them. So there's like, saan sila napunta? So actually, I told my brother, wait, tingnan mo yan. Nawala yung dalawang naglalakad or nagja-jogging sa harap natin. My brother was scolding me, telling me, ikaw kasi, lagi mo silang pinapansin. Kaya, sabi ko, kasi, tanghaling tapat eh. Hindi naman siya yung usually na gabi. Pag gabi talaga magsha-shutdown ako. I mean, I try to avoid eye contact or anything. But yeah, but there were a few occasions na, yun nga, as I mentioned, tanghaling tapat. Like, when I was in college, ROTC, we went to, what do you call that? You have to shoot, in your ROTC, you have to shoot it in, sorry, the one in...
Sa may fort ba?
Somewhere in Taguig, yes. So,
yes, Taguig.
We had to do the field exercise, diba? At least once a year you have to run or something. So, me and my college classmates, freshman classmates, we went there. And then, I remember this good friend of mine, si AJ. Okay. So, yung parking ko kasi, at that time, ang layo. Tapos yung sinundo siya. Tapos, so, nahiya ako I wanted to tell him na, can I hitch a ride?
Yes.
to the kanto kasi medyo malayo. Kaya lang, medyo good friend ko siya. So, nakita ko sa likod ng car niya, medyo malalaki kasi sila eh. There's like, I think he had an uncle with him and then his brother and him. So, baka hindi na. Kaya lang, no Monday, when I saw him back, kasi it was a Saturday, I told him, uy, AJ, grabe ka naman. Kinihiya mo ba ako? I was just joking him. Hindi mo nakilala dun sa uncle mo or your relative inside the car or something like that. And then, my friend was like telling me, are you kidding me or something? It was just me and my brother. Then he was telling, no, there was this guy in white was at the back of your car. And then, yun nga, kaya hindi na ako nag-hi hello kasi di mo naman ako pinakilala.
Oo.
Then it turned out na it was just really just the 2 of them in that car during that time. So, yun. That was some forget also.
Afternoon lang yun. I mean, tatapos yun by lunchtime, di ba? Lunchtime, oo. Question E. So, sometimes, when you were younger, I mean, sabi mo, when you were younger nga, mas sight, you weren't able to distinguish also if it is a live person or it is a spirit of a person.
Yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't tell kasi it was so vivid eh. But when I consulted my, si Tony Perez at that time, he told me na parang the older the spirit, the less you will see them eh. Parang mas sila?
Faded.
Mas parang, it's like your visibility is, when it's raining, diba? If it's like raining hard, less 50% visibility, parang nagiging ghostly sila. But I don't want to use that. But I don't know about that eh. Kasi like, when my mom, when she makes kwento, parang when they went to Europe, I think she hits because of this. when they live in those hotels in England, talagang literally, they're like, as, they're like as real as you can see. Tapos like, the first time my mom visited Europe, yung kunento niya sa akin, yung mga nakikita niya sa Shakespeare o yung mga
Yes.
headless horseman o yung mga walang ulo na hinahawakan nila yung mga knights. Tapos yung mga naka-outfit na parang, the classical England things. It's so, nandun. Yun, kitang-kita niya. Tapos even in the hotel, they were like floating and everything like that.
They were floating.
Yeah, they were floating in the ceiling. So it's like, sabi ko, sabi ko, baka kasi alam nilang nakakita ka. So, nagpaparamdam talaga sa hotel. So, but I don't know about that kasi, I think those are like a century old or matanda na sila.
Yes,
I don't know why they're still very vivid. Kasi they're probably holding on to something very strong in those places. That's why feeling ko very vivid pa sila.
Alam mo, having had talked with people, with psychics who have visited sa London, mas London mas London yung naririnig kong kwento, somehow, yung spirits doon, human spirits, they are sometimes tied to a location. Parang ganun. So, hindi ko alam. Yun nga, so feeling ko yung mga older rin, parang the place energizes them para mas hindi sila transparent, hindi sila mas clear sila. So, di ko rin alam actually. Pero napansin ko sa mga stories, sa London, particularly, talagang they are tied to the location sometimes.
And they're still very vivid.
Yes. So, oo. Parang pag nakikita sila ng mga... pero again, sometimes it's up to perception eh. So baka hindi ko alam if yung mom mo, same experience siya na they are spirits she sees na mas transparent. Hindi ko alam. Kasi baka yung sight ng mom mo mas malakas. So,
yeah. I think in our bloodline, I think it's my mom and my other brother who has a very strong visual perception. Pero speaking of such, when we were living in San Juan, we used to live in San Juan for like, I think 20 years ago. So may P. Guevara Street. And then P. Guevara is also probably, I think, quite rich in terms of supernatural.
Talaga?
Very comparable to Balete Street in Quezon City or any other big Quezon City. So we have a Canto house there na, again, ngayon ko lang na-realize, may malaking mango tree nga rin pala doon. And that big mango tree also, on the other side of the street, there was this 2 or 3 story apartment na walang nakatira for the longest time. I think it became like a warehouse or anything. So, my brother was still in college at that time and I was working. So, he would get off the street mga 1 or 2 blocks away and he would walk home. Tapos, he would actually hear me snoring already. A few... Kasi yung kwarto ko medyo malapit sa kalye. And then, sometimes I would snore loudly and then he would tell me, "Uy, kuya, narinig na kita nag-snore dun pa lang sa a few meters away from our house." And then, yun nga sa kabilang part ng bahay namin, opposite of our second floor window, you would see this apartment na walang tao. Pero alam mo yun, sa tada na kotse, tapos yung headlights would reflect on the windows of the other part. When that happens, parang scary siya kasi you would see a lot of shadows.
Inside.
Well, for me, I see the shadows. And then, looking out the window. But they're all there. They're just there. Standing up. So, medyo nakakatakot siya kasi parang minsan na hindi naman pula yung mata. Wala namang mata. But, they're looking out. It's like shadows looking out the street. Yun.
Medyo nakakatakot ngayon. Question. Sorry, na-interrupt ako. Pero, na-mention mo kasi earlier, there are differences between human spirits and, let's say, elementals. Are you able to discern which is which if you see something? Kasi, I've had guests tell me na sometimes the elementals appear to you as humans, pero they are able to discern pa rin if it's an elemental or not. How are you able to parang filter it?
Okay. Based on my experience, it's hard to tell it. But if it's a certain kind of elemental, the aura is very different.
You see the aura around the spirit?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no.
Okay.
So I think that's the way to identify it. Also on people, by the way, it doesn't mean. Personally, I don't think that if your aura is a certain color, it means that you're a bad or something bad attached to you, no. But
Yes.
usually, good indicator. Kasi like for example, yung aura ng mga tao, some of them are really bright, and
Okay.
the brighter the aura, usually they're also very positive people and good energy talaga mafe-feel mo. Then there's some people na strong energy pero dark yung aura.
Oo.
I think partly, besides the individual, it also depends on where they live. Kasi parang na-absorb nila yung aura. Like for example, I have very good friends who live in Marikina. And there's this place in Marikina. I forget the name of the village, but it's just it has a lot of dark aura, not energy, dark aura. Tapos, we have this other friend na siyang specialty niya elementals talaga.
Okay.
Tapos, niya sa akin na yung nakikita mo is actually the aura of the elementals, ground elementals na nakatira doon. Sabi ko, oh nga, wala kasi masyadong puno dito kasi it's like a village na maraming one-story houses and there's a lot of grass and a lot of grass and soil. And he was telling, oh, that's because maraming ground elementals na nakatira doon. Kasi yung dark energy na, or dark aura na nakikita ko that's kind of affecting the people or attaching to the people is because of that one. Kasi we have this other friend na he's very high energy, but when it's aura, it's dark. So parang I couldn't figure out but
Why? Oo.
But kasi usually when people think a lot of negative thoughts, it attracts dark energy. Yun ang nakikita ko. Tapos
Yes.
when that happens, their aura around them, around that person, it attracts the negative energy just like the dark talaga yung aura. And when that happens, maraming supernatural things na nangyayari. Like, nakaka-attract siya ng dark spirits or dark elementals.
Yung dark aura, kumbaga. Oo. Pero like you said, yung friend mo na high energy, na may dark aura, I mean, not to judge your friend, pero do you know that friend very, very well? To know na yung inner thoughts ng person? Kasi, again, baka may, ginudge ko na siya kagad, pero baka meron siyang inner thoughts na, I mean, it isn't transparent to all of you guys, pero baka meron siyang deep, dark thoughts. Hindi ganun?
Yeah, I think eventually I did find that out na ganun
okay.
nga.
Okay.
Pero strong talaga yung energy niya kasi dark nga lang pero strong energy. As in, yun. And we're actually, in a way, we're kind of attracted towards each other kasi parang opposites attract, right?
Yes.
I think my aura is very light, very bright also. So parang you have a tendency to attract the opposite of yourself. Eh. So medyo that's a good thing, I think. Kasi you can affect the other person. Like, I don't know if we have any Phil Chai community people listening to this call. For a time, I was, I used to live in San Juan, Green Hills. So my friends were all Filipino Chinese or second gen, locally manufactured, pero So the parents are really full-blooded Chinese.
Yes.
So actually, I also got to learn a lot about the Chinese culture there in terms of the supernatural. Pero they know eh. I mean, the Phil Chai people, they know whether you're someone gifted or someone who can see. They even ask you, when were you born, what time were you born, and you star chart mo. So, for example, kasi they kind of believe, like, for example, I'm a dragon in the Chinese horoscope. So, technically, I'm a fire dragon. Tapos, my birthday is also, the combination is quite good. So, and basically, if you have Chinese friends who are the opposite, like, for example, diba, dragon and tiger, silang opposites eh. But it's actually a good combination also. So parang you kind of offset the energies of that person. And if you do, for example, venture together or, for example, for business do together, it's actually a good thing.
Yes.
So may mga combinations na ganun. So parang, that's why, like, for example, this year, it's Year of the Dragon. Marami naghahabol na Chinese friends to make a baby and
yes.
have before the Chinese New Year next year, which is actually quite early. I think January.
January.
It has its mysteries, no? The Chinese methodology and the supernatural approach it, but it's kind of makes sense, no?
Yes,
I mean,
very logical.
even when I was like looking for a house, tapos when my Chinese friends were looking for a house, actually, yun nga they would tag me along to go to the house to take a look at it. Kasi, I'm serious, kasi sometimes they would even pay a feng shui master. Mahal na mga binabayad sa feng shui master. Like, literally, I would go with them with a feng shui master. Ako yata yung second opinion. But even if we don't talk to each other, the feng shui master, medyo similar nga yung findings namin. Pero isa niya, syempre, meron siyang science na, dapat put the rice cooker here.
Yes.
Putting the window here kasi you're gonna renovate this house. But usually naman kasi on my end, like when I go visit a house, I can tell if the energy is good or the aura is good. And then, for a time nga, like for example, if it's an abandoned or a house that no one lived in for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about this, sounds like one of those TV shows or something. Now, when you touch something in that house, medyo may konting, hindi siya flashback what would you call that? Parang, you get a peek of the...
psychometry ang parang term dyan psychometry, na parang, basta may physical contact ka, you kind of get visions or parang tied to its past. Sometimes may future, pero sa'yo past, nakikita mo?
Actually, dalawa, now that you've mentioned it. But for those houses that I visited before, when my friends asked me to visit a place that they want to buy, usually past it.
Okay, yes.
Yeah. But sa future state naman, like actually today,
okay.
I knew that I was going to lose my watch, and I did. And then it did get lost, but I tried to alter that vision, and then I actually found that watch, and I was quite happy. So, may mga occasions na gano'n, but usually, it's very in future state na nakikita ko. It's very short. It's like 24 to 48 hours. Gano'n lang kahaba.
Yes,
Pero, it's kind of useful sometimes.
Oo naman. Loto. Loto.
Walang ganun.
Walang
it's really things that are happening with the people around you and in your life. Ganun lang yung nakikita ko.
So, wait, you get these, let's say, downloads while you're awake or during dream time?
I think during when you're awake. When you're awake, yeah.
So it just comes? Parang, kunyari, you're doing something and then it just comes? Ganun?
Yes. Occasion.
Oo. But do you keep track? Parang just to check kung parang batting average?
Nangyayari lagi. So it's like parang okay. So it's like parang premonition, I think. Okay, this thing should happen. So, yeah.
Wow.
Just like our call today, I knew that it's gonna get canceled a couple of times.
Yes.
So, yun. But I'm actually quite happy kasi I think I told you about Ghost Month, right?
Yes. Sabi mo, let's avoid Ghost Month.
Yeah, I'm actually quite happy that we did get canceled those few occasions because during Ghost Month, like recently we finished Ghost Month, I think September 4.
Yes.
The energies during that time are like really taxing. I guess for people who are sensitive, because a lot of things happen. Like feeling ko nga partly it's influenced by this year. I think the elementals, the hot weather that we're experiencing before all of this rain came out. I think it was the elementals who were playing that
Why?
that game.
Why did you say that? How?
Kasi the weather is not usually this hot. I think this is one of the hottest summers we've ever had. Diba? Tapos ang nakikita ko is like parang imagine mo lang, if it was like an oven, parang you're feeding the fire like with a lot of charcoal, right? Something like that. So parang I got kind of like an imagery or vision na parang the elementals were like feeding the heat.
Yes.
Yun nakuha kong vision. So parang I was so happy. I couldn't wait for the rainy season to come in. But I think worldwide, parang weather has really gone not normal anymore. Kasi like for example, now is September. During this time, usually we've had like a dozen, typhoons. But now nasa pang-4 or pang-5 pa lang tayo. Diba? Nasa ending.
Yes, oo.
So, yeah.
Question. Going back to the times nga that you would touch something and a vision of the past would come in. Usually, have you seen how far back? I mean, syempre, you cannot define na parang 1970s to, 1960s to. Di ko alam kung ganung level yung identification mo. Pero have you had visions na parang tipong 100 years back yung talagang hindi familiar yung landscape, yung itsura ng place?
Okay, I couldn't tell that time in the year, no? But
Yes.
like for example, when I visited my friend's house the first time in Pasig, so weird nga this situation was quite weird kasi I'm a member of Singles for Christ at that time. And it's a household go. So usually when you have a household, you meet like once a week, every day, I think, have dinner at that place and do a household together. So the first time that my friend from Pasig, sa Kapasigan mismo, sponsored the dinner and then the prayer meeting and everything there, they had this big wooden table na parang it's been with their family for some time. It's a dinner table. Maganda siya. Parang big chunk of food na hinate. Tapos, it looks like one of those things that you'd buy in a antique shop. No? Na maganda. So, when I touched the table, okay. So, I think I saw his parents.
Okay.
And his other family members when he wasn't born yet. So, kunento ko siya sa kanya. But my household naman, I trust them and they know na though I was discouraged by my household head not to talk about this. But, yeah, kasi, I mean, it was against Catholicism or Christian rules na parang don't masyado about things like this. No? So, I actually tried to downplay it. Like, literally, when I was with my household friends, I had to downplay it. Like, literally, not tell them or unless talagang, sabi ko, kaya lang, I have to share this story with you sometimes. Kasi it really people out kasi. Saka, I don't want to be casted as weird or something. So, parang, pag may mga ganun, if I know na wala namang maapektuhan or wala namang tatamaan, if it's something I'll just tone it down and just let it be there. But if it's something that I think could affect someone, like if something's clinging onto you or something not good is going to happen to you, I really reach out to that person to check on him or her.
Yes. But let's say the person you want to reach out to does not believe. I ask this is because a lot of people that I've talked to, sometimes they either get messages, they either get spirits talking to them, telling them, oh, tell my son, oh, tell my daughter, parang ganon, or tell my whoever. And they don't know how to approach it. How do you approach it?
Fortunately, I am not in that situation. Kasi nga, I think it's just more like a premonition that I get.
Yes.
But on the few times that I did reach out, because well received naman.
Okay.
Like I had this friend who had like a asthma attack, something like that. Something very, very bad happened to him health-wise. I think a few nights before that, I literally had a dream about that person, something bad happening to him. So the next day when I woke up, talagang, I called up the person to say, hey, how are you? Everything okay? Ganun. Then it turns out na, he had an asthma attack and was rushed to the hospital and everything. So, yun, pag ganun, ang learning ko dun, kasi it did happen a couple of times to other people that I know.
Yes.
When it happens, if you're awake, reach out to those people again.
Oh.
Kasi, you might not know if they need help talaga or not. So,
Anong point of view mo sa ganun in terms of nakalimutan ko yung name ng movie, pero in terms of, some people kasi, they don't want to intrude or they don't want to interfere. Parang sabi nila, baka yun yung maybe that's fate, di ba? Parang iba ganun eh. So, pero for you, I mean, your belief is merong ganung instance, you reach out. What are your, I mean, a weird question, but what are your feelings on, yun nga, playing with, I'm not saying that, that's not my point of view, Iya. Pero baka for others, for them feeling nila, it's kind of playing with fate. What are your feelings with that?
I think the reason why you get this premonition or visions is because parang I think you need to do something about it. If you can do something about it. And usually, I don't get any na hindi ko kilala or hindi ko good friend. But the thing is, it's like, sometimes it's like a batchmate na hindi ko naman close or hindi ko nakilala for,
Yes.
I mean, hindi ka for a couple of years, then suddenly you get this vision or this premonition. So pag ganun, I just reach out. I mean, I don't even have this person's phone number. Hinahanap ko pa siya sa Facebook. Talagang literally, I look for this person's pa. Tapos kakamustahin ko yun, you know. But one way or the other, they would know na, okay, that, you know, I know these things for some reason, one way or the other, and then, you know, it's for them to take it with a grain of salt.
Yes.
Yun.
Okay. So, I hope yung ibang nakikinig. Kasi yung iba, I mean ako, I feel the same way you do. I mean, I have that same stance na there is a reason you got that vision, diba? It's not for anything else. That's my personal belief. But for others, yun nga, for them, parang they don't want to play with fate. Kaya for me, very interesting yung na-mention mo na yung 24 to 48 hours lang yung minsan na yung extent. Has it happened that you have seen, did you get parang, I guess, downloads or visions longer than 48 hours? I mean, once or twice na days
usually
ahead?
that short. Usually it's just that short talaga. And usually it can be triggered by looking at someone eye to eye, literally.
Okay.
Like, right now na nga, I've already kind of downplayed it as well. Kasi before, when I talk to someone, I would like literally look them eye to eye.
Yes, oh.
Ayoko na gawin yun. Kasi, when you look at that person eye to eye, minsan natitrigger siya na, uy, something's gonna happen, or this is what's happening, or this is what happened. Something like that. So, lalo na if it's not someone I'm close to. Like, for example, I just met you today.
Yes.
I will try not to look at you more than the physical eye to eye. Sorry, I'm not sure if I'm cutting across, right? Kasi,
Yes.
I mean, when you're looking at someone really eye to eye, you can.
Yes.
I don't know if this is where it came from. If you look at someone in the eyes, you can see his soul, right?
Yes, sabing ganon.
Parang ganon siya eh. When you look at that person, and you really look at that person eye to eye, you get to peek talaga at that person. So, I used to do it a lot, like, I think until I was in my 20s to 30s. But after that, I kind of like did not want to look at everyone anymore eye to eye.
so feeling nila introvert ka lang, no?
I'm an extrovert. I'm sorry, eye to eye beyond the normal eye contact.
Yes.
That's what I meant. Kasi if I literally meet you for coffee and we look eye to eye, and I look at you more than your physical eye, yun.
Yes.
A lot of things will be triggered. Yeah.
So, trivia lang dyan. So, I've heard lang, I have not gone into psychism classes. I think sila Sir Tony Perez, tinuturo yun sa mga shaman courses niya. Before, hindi ko alam Pero, ang mga kilala kong nag-psychism na class, isa sa mga exercise nila in trying to train your intuition. I guess for you, it comes normal. It comes natural for you. Pero yun nga, for others, yun yung training nila. They sit down with another person without talking and they look at their eyes. And that's how you connect. And that's how you get the intuition. So parang, ang practice nila dun is, they look eye to eye and then they try to say things na relevant to that person. Similar. So for you, natural siya nangyayari. Na may nakukuha kang downloads about that person. So, question E. So, pag may nakakausap ka, I mean, you get to use this in your daily life. You can tell if that person is lying to you, has bad intentions, or stuff like that.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Like, for example, I'm a market researcher by profession. I talk to a lot of people. Okay, so basically, because I've talked to a lot of people, but usually the people I interview are very they're usually very honest. Pero feeling ko bagay ako sa HR kasi I'm very good at profiling people. Lalo na if I meet them physically. After the pandemic kasi, di ba, naging practice na yung, like this one, we're doing an online interview, right? So I'm a bit of at a disadvantage because I don't know, I can't see the people who are here in this call. But if it was a group thing, I can tell the BS.
Sabi ni Biker Mama, titignan ka niya sa Monday. Magpapabasa yan. Nako, si Biker Mama, magpapabasa na naman yan. Pero, question E. So, ito kasi, for other intuitives, I guess, or for other sensitive people, even if closed cameras, they can sort of connect. So, have you had that experience? Or mostly talaga kailangan may general connection for you?
If I know you, outside the eye contact, if you even touch the person, it even becomes stronger. So touching and the physical sight, it kind of amplifies it. But I haven't tried reading people online. I mean, I haven't tried that, to be honest.
Yes.
But I have this tendency, like for example, when I'm in a meeting, I'm not camera shy. I actually show myself on camera, and I actually would also appreciate it that other people in the meeting would also show their faces to me. So usually, I guess it's because I like talking to people in groups and I like to read them sometimes. But it's like I don't want to be rude naman, syempre, kasi a lot of people don't want their secret shared or anything like that.
Yes.
There are some people who actually consult me, like literally, kasi they know na I have intuition. Like for example, they ask some family-related stuff or something about their love life. Yung mga ganong, or if their boyfriend or girlfriend is cheating on them. Mga ganun eh. So literally, nila yung other half nila, papakilala sa akin over coffee or dinner.
Tapos after, may review.
Yeah, parang ganun.
Hirap ng buhay mo
I only extend that service to people who really need it or people who know me. Yeah. Kasi it's hard. But you know what? The pandemic is a good thing, kasi you don't get to touch a lot of people.
Yes.
Like before, shaking hands with a lot of people, that triggers a lot of things. Kasi a lot of people are very touchy. Because when you touch them, unintentionally, you get to read about them.
How about sa strangers, meaning just walking around? Do you get that also? Do you kind of connect when you're in public, ganon?
There was just these two occasions na talagang I wasn't very happy about this talent or ability. Kasi it's like I'm walking forward and there is this other person walking in the mall. Tapos for some reason na talagang you can feel the opposite energy with each other without even knowing each other. Na talagang parang rival schools kayo na Ateneo Lasal in a basketball game. Parang gano'n. I mean, literally, it's like I'm saying, why am I feeling this way? I don't know why. And that person most likely thought the same thing. Tapos, when I saw this person, nag-flashback sa akin yung youth niya, saka yung old age niya. Tapos nakita ko yung, young days and old age. But I think this person knew na parang I was seeing something about this person. So parang nag-react siya na, basta hindi magandang reaction niya, na yung energy niya. I mean, without talking or speaking, we were just like, we weren't even doing eye contact with each other. Pero literally, right after we pass each other, mga 5 meters or 10 meters or 15 feet apart, sabay pa kami nagtinginan sa likod Talagang nahiya. Pero talagang, that was one occasion na hindi ko makalimutan. Kasi that was my second time to see someone na from yung young days niya all the way to yung current or old age niya. I couldn't explain that either. Pero that's why I tried to avoid looking at people. Hindi naman ako indifferent. I'm just like a normal person. But going beyond the eyes, beyond the normal eye contact. Yeah.
So meaning, hindi naman death ng person, pero up to yung old age, nakikita mo yung parang nakita mo yung life niya, parang gano'n.
Pero 2 beses lang nangyayari yan. So that was just two occasions. And that's a total stranger because you mentioned if I saw something like that in public. So yun, that was, I couldn't, until now, I couldn't understand what it was. So,
Yes, ako rin, hindi ko maalam.
but I can't forget it. It's something that stuck to me.
So the two times that it happened, strangers pareho.
Yes, and they were both in the mall.
Both negative rin yung, I mean, merong parang opposing energy thing rin.
Not necessarily opposing. Feel na malakas na energy. Tapos malakas yung energy mo. Na pag, ano ba? It's like you're in the ocean and then there are two boats. And di ba when you're going at opposite direction, there's like
yes.
the
friction against it.
So you don't touch each other, but the waves that your ship created kind of goes against the current of each other. Parang ganun. Yun.
Wow, very interesting.
The other time kasi, the other person was walking in front of me. Hindi ko nakikita yung mukha niya. Likod lang niya nakita ko. Pero, nung, I don't know, after a few seconds of that, parang na-feel niya yung current ng waves na nanggagaling sa akin. So, napatingin din siya sa akin. Tapos, nung nag-eye contact kami, yun, same thing that happened. I literally saw his youth until his current age. Pero the other person, until old age eh. Ito until current state lang.
Baka hanggang doon na lang siya. Sorry. Bigla ko inisip.
I have no idea.
Oo.
But, after that one, I tried, it's a good thing it hasn't happened again kasi I don't know what to do about it either.
Yes, oo. I mean, ako, while you're telling the story, iniisip ko, ano kaya ang reason? Ano kaya? Bakit merong interactions na ganun? And hindi siya, I mean, very rare. Twice pa lang nga nangyayari for you, given your experiences. Which is very interesting kung ano siya. Provident Village ba yung isa yung maraming, sa Antipolo na village?
No. That was this was in Marikina.
Sa Marikina pala.
I forget the name of the village. But that place, there was another place there, sorry, since I'm talking about that area.
Yes.
Along Marcos Highway, I picked up my brother. He had this party when he was in college, so I picked him up. And then this village was along Marcos Highway. So, sorry, not along Marcos Highway, Imelda Avenue. Tapos itong village na to, puro damo na napakataas. Like, hindi pa masyadong develop yung village, tapos wala pa masyadong poste at that time. So this was probably, I think, more than, mga 15 years ago, I think, 15 to 20 years ago. So when I was driving, I picked up my brother. On the way to that house, kasi medyo nasa gitna siya, tapos wala pang wait. So I was just following the directions of the road. Kada kanto, may shadows na nakaupo or nakatayo doon sa mga kanto.
Okay.
My brother noticed na when I was driving, bigla akong natataranta or bigla akong kasi parang biglang nagkaroon ng doon sa kanto while you were driving, biglang may nakatayo. So, nakakatakot kasi parang we were in the middle of that village and then I was telling my brother, ay, hindi mo nakita yun. Parang mga 4 ng kanto na pauwi dun sa village, paalis ng village. There's always something standing there, the shadow. And then, actually at that time, I don't know why, my brother couldn't see them. I don't know if he was drunk because he came from that party, but I was driving. And then, I just remembered, okay, this is like the same area as Marikina, yung dark energy na nakita ko. Kaya lang ito, literally, hindi siya pinakakanto. Like, for example, if you're in a street, when you're driving, di ba you have to turn left or right?
Yes.
Diretso ka, di ba? Doon sa gitna, nandun sila lagi. So, when you're about to reach an intersection na parang letter T, when you're going to turn left or turn right, doon sa gitna, laging may entity na nakatayo or nakaupo, or usually dalawa or mag-isa sila. And I never wanted to go back to that village kasi nakatakot siya.
Anong village to? Do you remember?
To be honest, I forgot. But it's Imelda Avenue. Opposite side siya nung there was a macro there a long time ago, di ba?
Oh.
Somewhere in that area.
Ito question, since during that time, sabi mo nga, mas nakakakita ka.
Sorry, my brother kasi, iba yung nakikita niya versus yung sa nakikita ko.
Ooh.
Parang, um, I think there's three classifications for the supernatural based on our experiences.
Yes.
Either elementals, spirits, or angels and devils.
Okay, yes. Oo.
Yun.
Okay. So, the reason I ask is because, yun nga, since nakakakita kayo. Pero ang findings, no? Ang observations ko sa ganyan, what you see, sometimes with regards to, let's say, angels and devils, what you see is based on your religious lens. Meaning, what religion you were brought up with. Theory ko to, Iya, you can tell me na iba yung experience nyo. Kasi sometimes, yun. So parang, pag may nakausap ko na walang religious denomination, hindi nila dinedescribe as angels, but when or devil, or demons, but when they describe it, sort of like that, parang ganon. So hindi ko alam if similar to that. Pero my question is, since yun nga, ang gandang question, ang gandang sabi mo no na what you see and what your brother sees are different. So meaning, if you see a certain spirit, your brother would see it a different way, parang ganon.
Hindi naman.
Okay.
For example, there are times na shared experience, like mga family outing namin na may nakita kami dito. So everyone heard it, everyone saw it, the same thing. White lady, someone crying, someone wailing, or whatever. But when we were younger, like yung brother ko, we're a Catholic family. Go to Sunday Mass, and I think you can consider us religious naman. We practice everything. Especially, my mother's side kasi, very religious. So, why did I mention the angels and the devils? Personally, I haven't seen any angels or devils or demons. But may story kasi di ba yung mga elementals, according to some folklore, they're actually, when there was a war heaven and earth, diba, those who stayed neutral,
yes,
stayed here, and then that's what they became, right? So, my brother kasi, malakas yung ESP or third eye niya sa devils and demons. As in, literally, nakakatakot ka. Kaya parang I'm happy na I don't get to see what my brother saw in some occasions. So,
yes.
I'm quite happy with my premonition and my visual. I think it's kind of complements the family. Yes. So, but my brother kasi, medyo, pag kinukwento niya sa akin yung mga nakikita niya, talagang, kahit ako, I don't want to hear it.
Yes.
The scariest one that he told me so far is like when we were younger, living in Pasig, sa may Rosario, in one of those villages. Pero at that time, wala pa masyadong, hindi pa siya puno, parang less than 50% pa. Well, 25 years ago. Our house was surrounded by, again, a lot of grass and a lot of, on the left side, on the right side, wala pang bahay. There was this, according to my brother, there's this demon that came into our house. Tapos, literally inside his room. Tapos, my brother got really scared. Then, that thing changed form, naging bata siya, as old as my brother. So at that time, my brother was like preteens, 11, 10 years old, 12 years old. Tapos, kinakaibigan siya. Tapos, at that time kasi, magkahiwalay na kami ng kwarto. We have double bunker kami dati sa isang room. But I'm 4 or 5 years older than my brother, so when I was a teenager, naghiwalay na kami ng room. And then, my brother called me the following day to make kwento that story. Kasi sabi ko, you're so imaginative. Parang, baka you're watching too many horror movies or something like that. But when we became older, hindi kasi yun naging first time. So talagang, there were some occasions. Ganun. I mean, ito nga we love Tagaytay. Pero even my brother hates Tagaytay. Kasi when you're out at night, for him naman, ito nga, he was driving. Tapos, he was waiting for his friends. Tapos, there's this random, I don't know if it was a spirit or a demon, na nakita niya. Literally outside his car's door.
Yes.
Waiting for him to go up. Tapos, sinusumpangan niya yung Sun Cellular at that time kasi he was trying to call his friends or us to, to talk to someone. Walang signal. So talagang galit na galit siya sa sun seller at that time. Kasi hindi siya... At that time kasi me and my family, lahat kami naka-sun. Kasi remember, sun had like a
family
call all...
Yes. Only.
So then my brother actually entertained talking to them.
Okay. He gets to communicate with them.
Yeah. And actually, he also sought some other help from other people who could see. Kasi syempre, it's hard to determine these things on your own.
Yes.
Like ako, for that time, actually, I sought to get help, but I couldn't find any resource or any other people who kukunti kasi. Kukunti yung may alam. Sobrang konti. Tapos, yung mga ibang na-encounter ko, iba yung trip nila eh. Like, they see it differently eh. But, yeah, something like that.
May question ako. May nakwento sa akin si Biker Mama before about, yun nga, is that the same brother yung may na-encounter siyang 2 Chinese spirits?
Yes. Okay, so being a good friend and Christian, when we have a family member from our friends who pass away, we really visit their way, comfort the family and everything. Kaya lang, here in one of the
sanctuarium?
Yes. My brother specifically told me not to go to the 3rd floor kasi may nakatambay doon na entity who claims to have met Jesus Christ or knew Jesus Christ. So ganoon siya katanda. I was telling my brother, anong itsura niya? Give me some pointers what to avoid. Kasi my brother knows na I don't like the grotesque kinds of things. No? He was telling me na it looks like a Chinese general na matanda. Tapos sabi ko, what about the language barrier? If this guy was Chinese, how did you understand each other? So actually, you will understand each other when an entity wants to talk to you. For some weird reason, you'll understand each other. Nagkwentuhan siya. But literally, that also spooked my brother out. So he's never going back to that funeral place again.
Can you elaborate on what the conversation was?
Basically, traveling spirit siya, wandering the world.
Okay.
Kasi pag ganito, you also have to take it with not just a grain of salt, but with a lot of pan of salt. So parang ang dami niyang kiniklaim kasi.
Yes.
About Christianity and about Jesus Christ. And then, sabi ko, baka naman the devil is tempting you or something like that. Baka nag-change ng form or something like that. Because it has happened before to him na nag-change ng form tapos kinakausap siya.
Yes.
But the thing is, for this one, it sounded very, parang very wise nga yung spirit niya. Maraming nakwento sa kanya about, yung travels siya, about the changes of the world and everything like that.
Wow.
So, no ill intent naman. But, I guess these guys are also lonely kasi. And when they see someone that they can connect to or talk to,
yes,
they take the chance. So that's what happened. Yun yung analysis ko dun sa chance encounter.
Yes.
Actually, nakakatakot siya pag-usapan live. I'm actually quite relieved na online tayo. Kasi the last time, 2 or 3 times ago, that I had this serious conversation about this, it really attracts them. They like
yes.
talk about it. Like
I think similar to I was in another conversation yesterday, and I was kind of explaining that hindi siya tinatry ko analyze yung concept ng quantum physics yung may connection, I forgot kung anong term, pero it's something similar to that even if 2 things are not in the same space and not in the same time, pag nagka-connection, both acknowledge the connection. So similar to your looking into another person's eye. When you connect, you get downloads because there is a connect. You made the connection. So similar to talking about spirits. I mean, I acknowledge that there probably are spirits here listening to us. I mean, curious or whatever, diba? Pero yun nga, it's natural. At saka, from your experience naman talagang they're all around, diba? I mean, yun ang assumption ko from all the stories I've heard. They're all around. Parang everywhere you go, there are spirits, diba?
Yeah, actually, that's the reason why I took this call in my car. I didn't want to talk about this. And I was actually intentionally. Originally, I thought, I'll do it at the rooftop. Then I remember, sa rooftop nga pala namin maraming residents doon. Not living residents. abandoned kasi yung penthouse dun sa condo where I live. So, there's no... But during the pandemic, actually, that's where I worked a lot kasi there was no one there. But there were other things that kept me company there naman. But you know, talk about them like this, like what we're doing right now. That's why I'm actually inside my car.
Pero sumasakay rin sila sa car, di ba? Joke lang.
Yeah,
Yes.
but there's a way to make them not go near you.
Okay, can you tell us about that for you? What do you do?
Okay. Remember about auras? I told you about auras.
Yes.
If your aura is bright and shiny, they stay away from you.
Mm-mm.
So if you don't want negative energy or negative entities to come near you, this was taught to me a long time ago, and I still practice it. It's the ball of energy light that comes from your chakra points and from your body.
Mm-mm.
And then you imagine like a ball of light coming out of you and imagine it above you. Then it's like having a light shield around you.
Yes.
And you know, it's something that I do in our condo. Like for example, I live in the 3rd floor. It's a 8-story building only. With the penthouse, it's around 10 floors. But you can imagine enveloping a big white light to protect your home, the whole building.
Yes.
So if you do that, they'll stay away from you. It's quite effective, by the way.
Yes. Oh, yes. It is. Pero I have a question. Since you are able to see auras, when you do this visualization, do you see it with I guess with your mind's eye or with your physical eyes? Do you see that manifestation of what you are manifesting, what you're imagining?
The ball of light, I see it in my mind eye only.
Okay.
Usually I do it like before I go to bed. But I don't do it that often. Only on times that I know that are quite active for the paranormal. Like for example, Ghost Month.
Ghost month.
It's usually Halloween, Christmas. Halloween and Christmas season na marami talagang spirits.
Talaga?
Going
in Ghost Month?
Yeah, Ghost Month. And then for the Christian kasi pag Ghost Month, for some reason, it's really Chinese-related entities and spirits. Pero kapag Halloween and Christmas, baka tama yung sabi mo, Nick, it depends on your religious perspective.
Mm-mm.
It's really a lot during All Souls, All Saints Day, and like before Christmas. There's really a lot of human spirits roaming the earth.
Okay. Question, sabi mo Chinese-related pag Ghost Month. So, kumbaga, when you, I'm not sure now if you do perceive it, pero back then, pag Ghost Month, you would see medyo Chinese-related spirits, gano'n?
For example, di ba, may mga offerings tayo if you're a Filipino Chinese.
Yes.
You have offerings for your dead loved ones. Kasi nga, di ba, they have belief na you will only have this window of opportunity to eat. So you offer like, fruits and other food sa mga tombs nila, diba? So when I mention Chinese-related spirits, it's because of that. That's sort of the practice.
Yes.
So like you would like if you would go to the ancestral. Sounds kind of corny, pero pumunta ka sa mga cemetery ng Chinese.
Yes.
Puntod nila, maraming Chinese-related spirits.
Oo. Ito question. Meron kasing pilosopo. Hindi yung pilosopo. May psychic na nagsabi sa akin. Again, this is not to diss other people. Pero gusto ko malaman from you. Kasi the concept of Ghost Month sa mga non-Chinese, recently lang siya pumasok sa zeitgeist. Meaning, social media, dung ako personally, and other people, parang doon lang nila in-acknowledge, Ghost Month. Because of the social media presence. Pero before that, it wasn't known for non-Chinese. Pero for you, let's say, if you can remember lang, back then, wala ka pa ng concept ng Ghost Month. Talagang during Ghost Month, during the times of the Ghost Month, meaning August to September, meron talaga activity ka napapansin?
Mostly it's bad things happening to people.
Saka
the energy. Saka parang mas agit ang mga tao. Like, literally, if you're familiar with the saying na parang full moon craze or
Yes,
something like
yes,
that,
yes.
parang naka-full moon craze yung mga ibang tao for like a whole season. Parang,
Oo.
that's why nga, there's like sayings na don't travel,
Yes, yes. Don't open a business.
may mga ganun, may mga valid reasons behind that talaga, to be honest. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not sure about the hype of Ghost Month, but for me, parang, for the longest time, even if I wasn't into the Chinese community yet at that time, parang apparent na siya eh. So, nung nag-form lang yung situation that I learned more about it, about the feng shui and Chinese Ghost Month and everything.
Made more sense.
It made more sense at that time. Pero they don't teach you this kasi naman eh, anywhere. So it's like I had to learn it in the actual OJT. Wala rin textbook or anything like that. So I even asked my Chinese friends about of the supernatural things. They didn't know either. So they would refer to other so-called psychics na ganun.
Correct. Yun nga yung ang hirap last few questions na lang. Meron ka pa bang experiences during travel? Kasi curious ako kung ano yung experiences ng mga nakakagaya mo na sensitive to the unseen world. Ano yung experiences nyo outside of the Philippines? Ano yung, if may nakikita kayo, how different are they? Parang ganun.
Oh, okay. Unfortunately, when I travel abroad, I make a conscious effort to really shut myself
Okay.
down.
Okay.
So, unless it's really so apparent, yun. But the other side of it naman kasi, because they look like the normal you and me, I can't tell the difference sometimes. So, like, I went to Taiwan recently, and we went to this mountain resort, which is really nice. But I can tell that the energies were also very good. Like, very good energy. Super ganda ng energy ng mountain na yun. They actually had a lot of temples there and a lot of people were flocking there. And they had some streets na talagang ang daming bustling. But since I'm a foreigner there, and it's mostly Japanese, Chinese, Taiwanese tourists, sorry, I cannot tell
Yes.
which one.
Yes.
But I also made a conscious effort kasi not to engage.
Yes, not to engage.
So when I travel abroad, I make a conscious effort not to engage. So I cannot tell. Pero locally, hindi mo ma-avoid. I was in Iloilo last year. Tapos we live in this hotel na in downtown na medyo may history. Medyo luma na. Like quite old. It was actually near a university or a school that's been there for like 100 years. Tapos kahit na bago yung building, mafe-feel mo yung energy or spirits that are attached to that school. For some weird reason, churches and schools, they kind of have a lot of spirits attached to them.
Heavy.
I don't know why.
Heavy spirits. I mean, heavy energy.
I think sa church, pero sa school, mixed eh. Yung sa, itong Iloilo, nakwento ko lang to because you were asking about travel. So,
yes.
I was traveling with a friend. So, we had 2 separate rooms. And then, itong friend ko, hindi siya makatulog the whole night. Actually, pareho kami. Namamahay.
Yes, oo.
Kaya lang sa friend ko, medyo scary nangyari sa kanya. So, literally, the bed that she was sitting on, there was a movement on the bed. Like, for example, you don't see anyone, pero alam mo yung may umupo dun sa kama.
Yes, oo.
You're in the bed. So, yun yung nangyari sa kanya. And then, actually, we were talking about it the next day kasi she knew na I was sensitive to these things. So, literally, I think there was a guy in her room who wanted to approach her. Divorcee, single mom kasi itong friend ko. Tapos parang na-attract yung spirit sa kanya. Tapos, it kept her company the whole night.
Okay.
So, yeah. Yun.
Last question very last. Na-mention rin ni Biker Mama sa akin to. You have this, again, parang, I'm not sure theory or actual experience na being a vegetarian or a vegetarian diet increases your sensitivity?
Okay, so for those who want to, well, medyo advice to. If you really want to be able to be more sensitive or open to see these things, parang apat na things to. The first one is try to go on a non-meat diet for like 3 days. As in, no meat, eat just vegetables, hanggang fish, kaya.
Mm.
And it's like cleansing yourself kasi. And then the next one, that's the first two, veggies and fish, no meat, right?
Mm.
Then the next is, wala na masyadong nag-smoke ngayon, di ba? I mean, the real Yossi. But I don't know why, if someone smokes, tapos smokes on you, parang may effect siya eh.
Talaga?
I don't know why. And then the last one is, don't have sex. Or don't have any kind of sex for like those 3 days. And I can assure you that your sensitivity to these things will become sharper. As in.
Wow.
Yeah, so if you want to lose it, eat meat, smoke, and have sex.
Yan ang advice. Thank you, E. Salamat. Sorry na sa karga pala because of this.
No problem.
Thank you. If ever lang your brother is open, let me know.
I did ask him, he declined politely.
Okay. Sige. No worries. Pero baka nga, baka something to do with what he sees, parang it's different for him. I can imagine the stress of it.
Yeah.
So thank you. Thank you, Thank you for the time.
Have a good evening, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
E, thanks again. Sorry if you used up some gas while you stayed in your car for the duration of the interview. Thank you also to Biker Mama, a past guest and supporter of the podcast. Thank you for introducing me to E, who was her office mate. Again, as I record this, nag-stick sa akin yung story ng brother ni E, yung nakausap niyang wandering Chinese spirit who supposedly knew Jesus. That would be an interesting conversation to overhear. Sa totoo lang, nahirapan ako isipan ng title yung episode kasi hindi lang fixed into one category yung kwentuhan and yung stories na na-share ni E. Actually, while I was editing this, naisip ko parang magandang TV show yun, yung family of psychics of different sensitivities na nagta-travel around the world experiencing different things and then doing research on the location. Bakit ba may headless ghost doon, di ba? Bakit may armor yung ghost na lumulutang? So parang history and paranormal learnings. Ma-pitch nga yan sa Netflix. If you have experiences like that or if you have the 24 to 48 hour premonition ability and you'd like to share it also, you can reach me at paranormalsph@gmail.com. Honestly, I believe that the more people we talk to, the more we get to understand what the human spirit is capable of. You can also choose to share your stories via chat. You can join the Discord server of the podcast. You'll find the invite link to join in the show notes. Just click on the invite link. In case this is the first episode of the podcast you're listening to, hello and welcome to the Paranormal Podcast. The podcast is a collection of first-hand paranormal experiences from Filipinos here and around the world. If you enjoy these type of conversations, consider subscribing to the podcast so you'll get notified when new episodes come out on Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter X, Apple Podcast, and Tokotokotos. New episodes every Tuesday 7 p.m. on Spotify and Thursdays 1:37 p.m. on YouTube. Before we end the episode, let's do a quick read of comments from episode 171, Paranormal Tales, Black Beans. Emily, sabi, 114 may bumulong. Si Anthony naman sabi niya nga, may mga disembodied voice. Ayun, Emily, napakinggan ko nga, para sa akin walang clear na bumulong. Baka distortion lang sa audio. Pero marami nga talagang listener na nakakarinig ng iba't ibang bagay sa episodes na di ko naman naririnig. So baka yun, baka iba yung hearing mo. Anyway, si Anthony naman, sabi niya nga may mga disembodied voice. Anthony, alam ko meron mga tao nga na lumilibot kay Black Beans nung nag-uusap kami. Actual people, hindi multo or whatever. So, baka mali alala ko. Pero sa pag-alala ko, meron talaga nagsasalita. So, if may parang disembodied voice, baka yung adjustment lang yun ni Zoom para sa noise. So, if iba dyan, merong napansin na ganun, gusto nyong i-share, sige, share nyo lang yun sa podcast kung anong time code yun. Tignan ko kung meron nga ba talaga. Si Pedring naman. Pedring. Sabi niya, solid mga baon ni Madam Black Beans. Haha, kaboses pala ni Madam si Sharon Cuneta. Black Beans. Baka ikaw si Ate Shawi na tayo mo nang aminin. Ate Shawi, hello po. Kung ikaw nga talaga yan. Pero ayun, natuwa si Pedring sa mga kwento mo. Si M. Shan P. Sabi, si Daryl Angka, channel ni Bashar, tinest din brain niya. Nakita na while channeling, altered yung kanyang brainwaves. At shut off din yung portion ng brain niya na nagpa-process ng personality niya. So, interesting yan ha. Ginugal ko and yung link nung pagka-explain nun, very short lang, nasa show notes. Yung pagka-explain ni Daryl Angka tungkol dun sa tinest yung brain niya. Pero madami nga nagsasabi niyan, if open-minded talaga yung scientists, bakit hindi mag-conduct ng studies ang mga neuroscientists sa mga psychics para may makita sila if may difference ba talaga sa biology or sa neural pathways ng tao pag ginagamit nila yung psychic ability nila. So, baka in the future, let's see, sa mga future neuroscientists dyan, baka gusto nyo matry. Pero M. Shan P, salamat sa pag-share nitong info. And last comment natin for today, from Headless Horseman, sabi niya, Ma'am Black Beans, buhayin natin travel and tours mo. Ket ulit tayo, ako magko-coor. Isama natin si Sir Nick. Kahit minor climb lang, dagdagan natin kwentong bundok with live recording. Headless Horseman, ba't ako nadamay sa adventure nyo? Actually, para sa mga nag-aabang dyan ng Mountain Stories Part 2, meron ako na interview recently na medyo madaming kwento sa mga bundok. Pero syempre, hindi pa enough yung stories para maging medyo malaman na Mountain Stories episode. So, nag-iipon pa ako. So anyway, if meron kayong mga kakilalang namumundok and may story silang gustong i-share, pa-message nyo na sa akin. Baka pwede natin share or kunin yung mga kwento nila and compile natin. Pero yun nga, Black Beans, gawa ka nga daw ng spooky hike tour. May coordinator ka na si Headless Horseman. Pero exciting yan. Pero maganda nga yan na magre-record kayo sa tuktok ng bundok. Pero based sa mga nakakausap kong mountaineer, parang masisita kayo. Kasi 'di ba ang usapan dyan, bawal yung mga ganong kwentuhan hanggat di nakakababa. Diba? Unless magkukwentuhan kayo tungkol sa ibang bundok. Kumbaga, baka makichismis yung mga nasa current bundok. This ends our comment section. If you have comments or questions, feel free to leave it on Spotify, YouTube, or in the socials. We end with a big shout out to our paranormal Patreons and coffee supporters. April Arian, the Count of Monte Cristo, Biker Mama, Emrys, J3, Justine, Laura, Fallen, Liam, Les, Mark, Kent, Yad, Hotaru, JRS, Christine, Kim, Leia, and Kitten. Thank you so much for all your support. If you want to support the podcast, Patreon is one of the ways you can do that. There are certain perks to being a Patreon. Merong early episode access, merong joining calls, may parang vlog ako doon. Vlog. Where I post updates for the podcast. Yung mga behind the scenes na nangyayari. And if you're interested, just click on the link in the show notes. The Paranormal Podcast is engineered and produced by F90 Productions. Maraming salamat ulit sa inyong lahat. Please stay safe. LL Peoples! Medyo maiksi lang to. Pero, and unrelated siya sa episode. Pero, nagbabasa kasi ako recently nung book na An Occultist's Travels. Na-mention ko na to in other previous LLs. Super old book siya, published 1908. Pero may nag-stick out lang sa isang kwento doon. Actually, one sentence lang halos yun. Sa page 44 to 45, sabi niya, ni author, may nakita siyang Indian na spirit, American Indian na spirit, spirit guide nung kausap niya or yung medium na pinuntahan niya. And yung Indian spirit, ang pangalan, Star Eagle, may alam na medical knowledge. So gaya na kwento ko noon sa inyo, pag may natawag silang spirit, nung time na yon, nung 1900s, early 1900s, or 1908, 1910, mga ganon. Pag natawag nila yun sa isang seance, nagmamaterialize sa harap nila yung spirit as a solid entity. As in, mukhang tao talaga. Anyway, yun ang nangyari sa kanya. May nagmaterialize na spirit ng American Indian sa harap niya. Kausap niya, si Star Eagle nga. And sinabihan siya, yung author, sinabihan siya nung spirit ng American Indian kung ano yung sakit niya. And sabi niya nga, wala pa daw physician nung time na yun na nakapagsabi sa kanya ano yung sakit niya. Tapos, may nilagay daw yung American Indian na spirit sa kamay niya na remedy para doon nga sa sakit niya. So sabi niya, very personal na yung details. Di na siya nag-expound on the details ng sakit niya, kung ano yung gamot. Tapos yun, nag-end na siya sa, hindi niya na in-expound yung kwento. Pero naalala ko lang dito yung kwento ni Mang Herbert sa episode 158, ang binisita ko, naalala niyo. Kung saan, yun nga, bumisita sa kanya yung spirit nung yumao niyang kaibigan at kapatid nung kaibigan niya na nurse at pinagaling siya in a span of a few months. So, I guess meron palang ganung nangyayari pati sa ibang bansa na merong pasahan ng gamot even after life or life after, even in the afterlife, nakakapasa silang gamot na ma-materialize nila. So, ang galing lang. Naaliw lang ako sa possibility na yun. Okay, yun lang muna ang ating LL for this week. Kita-kita po tayo next week.